Good morning, America, and a special good morning to the Republican Party gun nuts. What a day that you all have had yesterday. Yet another mass shooting that's ultimately going to spark up another conversation about gun control. But see, this time is different this time around because now it involves a Republican congressman that's a victim to a mass shooting, and not just any congressman. The majority whip, Steve Scalise, a high-ranking one. Okay, and I did troll his page yesterday, and might have said some things that many people may find to be inappropriate and highly offensive. I understand that, and I do like to take this time to say that y'all can kiss my ass, because shit like this was long overdue. I don't wish death or violence on anyone. I really don't. But see, now it's different. Now it's just not some funny little story in the newspapers that you all can just read. Now it's not just an opinion to gain political talk points with Steve Scalise's colleagues. Now it's different. Now you can speak from personal experience. And you know what? God bless his wife and his children. You know, I understand he is a family man, and no wife and no child deserves to go through something like this. They really don't. But understand, this was coming. It was coming because years of these Republican politicians pandering to the NRA about gun control, about people, guns don't kill people, crazy people are gonna kill, whatever the argument was. Let this be a lesson right now, because from what I understood, there was armed security there. Of course there has to be. It's high-ranking politicians that were practicing baseball. Of course there has to be armed security detail there. But guess what? That person didn't care. He knew it. He didn't care. He didn't care if they were armed or not. He really didn't. He had an agenda, and he was going to fulfill that agenda at all costs. That includes his life, and we saw that yesterday. So it doesn't matter if everyone is armed or not. More guns is not going to prevent crazy people from coming and shooting up the place. The only viable solution at this point is to make it harder for them to get guns. We know it's not going to take care of the problem completely, but at least slow it down to a point where we can feel safe. Slow it down. I mean, hell, all these speeding laws in these states, guess what? It's not going to stop everybody from speeding, but at least it's going to slow a lot of people down. That's the goal here. But you all don't understand that. You don't understand that. I'm not thinking about Steve Scalise. Really, I'm not. I'm not thinking about his well-being or anybody else who got shot at that park yesterday. I'm not thinking about their well-being. What I'm thinking about right now is that morning, December 14th, 2012, in Connecticut, where this crazy loon with a rifle went to an elementary school and shot 20 kids dead within the ages of 6 to 8. That hit home to me because those kids are around my kids' age. They are. They go to elementary schools in the suburbs, just like those kids did. And I stay in Florida, bro, where rifles is by people's side just like the family dog. It's plentiful. So it could have easily been my kids on that day to cross paths with some lunatic that's having a bad day who managed to get his hands on a gun. Easily. And what's worse is later on, fast forward the clock a little bit to early 2013, when the Senate had to do a vote on extensive background checks for these guns, even though, according to the national polls, it had a 90% approval rating, you still blocked it. It's like you didn't even care about the victims of these other mass shootings. The only thing you cared about was keeping your ass a job in the White House. That's what you cared about. So with all this done, now you want us to care about Steve Scalise? No. I refuse to. I refuse. Because at least Steve Scalise made it to his middle age, and he's still pulling through, and I hope he does. These kids died 6, 7, 8 years old. They didn't even get a chance to enjoy life. And not just them. What about the churchgoers in Charleston who were shot dead by some lunatic, again, with a gun? What about that, huh? Planned Parenthood. I believe his name was Robert Louis Deere, who actually shot a cop dead as well. All right, another mass shooting. You all don't care about them. You still want to keep the respect of the NRA and their gun rights, guns. Well, guess what? Those 3 people I just named, from what I understood, had a history of violence, and it was well documented, but they were still able to get their hands on a gun. This is exactly what we're talking about here, people. Making it harder for them to get guns. Nobody wants to take away guns. Just make it harder for people like them to get guns. That's all this is. So, to Donald Trump and the rest of his drones in the White House, if you're looking for sympathy from me or anybody I know with the same sentiments as I, don't waste your time. We don't feel bad at all. We don't. Because you didn't care about the 152 mass shootings that's happened so far before yesterday. Yes, that's right, people. 152 mass shootings that's happened. Did you care? No. So, we're going to tell you, just like you tell everybody else, suck it up and deal with it. All right? That's my take on that. You know, if you want to name call me, that's fine. In my line of work, you got to have tough skin. So I have tough skin all day. Go ahead, bash me, call me whatever name you want to call me. But you cannot refute what I'm saying, because deep down inside, you agree. I'm not impressed with your name calling. I'm really not. You want to impress me? Come to me with a reasonable argument. That's how you impress me. Name calling, feel free. But if you really want to get me talking, and you really want me to feel some certain kind of way, come with me with some facts that I cannot dispute. All right, that's Eddie B. Peace, y'all. Enjoy your day. Stay safe.